Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I guess you could almost consider this part 2 of my last video. My last video I finished off, I was working this tennis ball court right over here, and I didn't get a chance, but I'm going to head up to the field up here. I've detected this area a few times before, not really with the AT Pro, so I'm going to go ahead and give that a try today. And it's a hot one today, so we're going to see how long I can hang in there for, but we're going to give it a try. And I'm going to work my way a little bit around this grass area as well. So anyways, thanks again for joining me for another video, and let's get started. Alright guys, that didn't take long to get my first signal. Literally took one step and here we are. So about 2 inches down. Let's see what we got. Alright guys, not off to the greatest start, just a piece of metal there, so we'll pack it out and throw it in the trash when we're done, so on to the next. Alright guys, we're about a foot from that first target here, and we've got a really good target. Coming in the high 80s and beginning of the 90s there, so let's check it out and see what we got. Alright guys, and there we have it, a 2007 States Quarter, Utah. On to the next. Alright guys, got my next target here. It's got some stuff around it, so trying to stick with this target as best as possible. It's kind of bouncing around at the high 70s, a little big at the beginning of the 80s there, so. But we're going to see if we can pick it out, and I believe the 70s are going to be zinc, so really hoping it's not a zinc, but my past experience, I believe it is. But let's dig it, see what we got. And sure enough, a 1997 zinc penny. Probably going to start digging those 70s there, so. I'm used to my Quick Drop Pro, the 70s, usually a dime, but probably gonna go ahead and avoid those ones and ignore them from here on out. So anyways, on to the next. Alright guys, I think we've got a good signal here. It's coming in the 80s there. Pretty strong. Let's check it out, see what we got. Alright guys, it seems as though we struck a mini dime jackpot. Got 4 dimes in one hole. We got a 2001, a 1992, and 2 1996 dimes. So, and as I've said in my other videos, and I'll say it again, I absolutely love digging dimes. And 4 dimes in one hole, you can't beat that. So, pretty happy with it, and hopefully we'll find some more. So, on to the next. Alright guys, so I said I wasn't going to dig anything in the 70s again, but this one's coming in pretty good, so imagine it's probably going to be a zinc, but we're going to go ahead and dig it out of there anyways. Come about 2 inches, so let's dig it out. Well, I was definitely wrong about it being a zinc penny. It looks like it's just some kind of a metal aluminum cap, so just about as bad as a zinc penny if you ask me. On to the next. Alright guys, on to our next target here. Coming in at the mid to high 80s there. Coming in strong. About 2 inches down, so hoping for a quarter. Let's see what we got. And sure enough, a 1990 quarter. We'll take it. On to the next. Alright guys, so I started over in that tree right there, and I'm just on the other side of the hill next to the other tree. To be honest, I'm trying to stay in the shade here, so it's really hot today. And if I could give you guys one tip from today, it would be do not be like me. It's about 90 degrees, and I did not bring any water, so that is not smart. And yeah, so don't do it. Anyways, on to the next. Alright guys, about 2 feet away from that quarter, got our next good signal here. Coming in the high 80s. Let's dig it up, see what we got. And sure enough, a 2011 quarter. So it says Vicksburg. We'll take it. On to the next. Alright guys, got our next good target here in the 80s again. About 2 inches down, so fingers crossed, hoping for another quarter. Let's see what we got. Alright guys, I must admit, so I had my suspicions on that one and they were correct. It's just going to be part of a can there, so should raise a coil, probably still would have detected it at a pretty good height. And eventually, if that's the case, it's usually a like a larger item like a can or such. So another indication, the detector pinpointed it at about 2 inches and got down to about 4. Couldn't find my target, so typically that tells you that it's usually a larger item. When they're larger like that, the detector will say that it's a lot shallower than it is. So anyways, on to the next. And just a quick tip for the newer detectorists out there, it's always good to hit around the trees. People like to sit around and under them, especially on hot days like today. So, hence why I'm detecting under the trees. One, to stay in the shade, and a lot of people do that and sit under the trees there. And so it's a good place to find targets. So, and as you can tell, been pretty successful today already with it. So, just something to keep in mind when you're out and about. Alright guys, I'm at my next target here, and I didn't show it because it was in the 70s, and broke my word of the day. Went ahead and dug it anyways, and sure enough, zinc penny. It's got the shield on the back there, so it's definitely newer, but anyways, we'll add it to the collection. So it's not exactly in terrible shape, so might be able to salvage it, cash it in. So on to the next. Alright guys, so I just wanted to show you this next target I got. It's coming in really good, but it's either multiple targets, but to be honest, I think it's one huge target. Go ahead and show you on the pinpoint feature here. Kind of tells me that it's a larger target, so not even going to attempt to dig it. So it's could be pipe or something big, and of course my luck, it's probably a treasure chest, but we'll never know. Not even going to try and dig that up. So on to the next. Alright guys, I've covered this spot pretty good over here, at least under the shade where the trees are. So I'm going to go ahead and move up to the other side of the hill right over there. I have detected that area before using the Tesoro Mojave, and I'll include that link in the description in case you guys are interested in seeing that. But I'm going to work my way around those trees in the shade here with the AT Pro and see if we can find anything, even though I've hit it before. So kind of interested to see how the Pro will do after I've hit that spot with the Mojave. So stay tuned and let's see what else we can find. Alright guys, got my first target since moving across the road there to the other side of the field. About 4 inches down, so let's check it out, see what we got. Alright guys, target is going to be a 1973 quarter. We're doing really good with the quarters and dimes today, so loving it. And it just goes to show you, it doesn't matter how many times you hit a park or a location. I feel like there's always going to be targets there, so you just got to find them. On to the next. Alright guys, next target, 1996 penny. So I know I said I wasn't going to dig those 70s, but you know, why not? On to the next. Alright guys, next target. It's in the 80s there, kind of bouncing down to the 70s, but let's check it out, see what we got. Alright guys, just a bottle top on that one, so nothing too exciting. On to the next. Alright guys, next target here. It's kind of bouncing around. It was kind of steady there, but I think there's a lot of other stuff around it. So, kind of hard to pick it out. But it's there. So let's dig it out, see what we got. And just a rusty bottle top. On to the next. Alright guys, got our next target here hitting in the 80s. Guess it's kind of bouncing there in the 70s as well. pretty shallow target, so let's take it out, see what we got. And once again, this is why I should be using that iron audio. Don't know why I don't use it. I keep forgetting I have it, to be honest, but just another bottle top there. So that's like the third one in a row, so we're probably gonna move up there a little bit more, see if we have a little bit better luck, and probably do a little more detecting here for about 15-20 minutes, so I'll call it a day. So it's pretty hot and I need some water. On to the next. Alright guys, so just another rusty top there. So we're going to go ahead and move on. I'm going to retreat up to the field over there, a little bit more out in the open. See if I can brave the sun here for a few minutes. So I also realize there are, I don't know if you can see them, but there are a ton of bees in this tree right here. So I'm going to move out there and brave the sun here for just a little bit, and hopefully can find a couple more targets besides the bottle cap. So stay tuned. Alright guys, got a target there in the 70s and figured it'd be a zinc penny, and sure enough, a zinc penny. 2006. On to the next. Alright guys, on my next target here, and it's hitting in the 70s again, so you know, I'd assumed it was a zinc penny, but I went ahead and dug it, and it's actually a 1977 penny, which would be copper, so I'm not sure why it was bouncing in the 70s there, but figure it should be higher than that. But anyways, we'll take it. 1977, so you know, dating back a little bit further, so that's a good sign. Let's see if we can dig a few more here and see what we can get. Alright guys, at our next target here. There's a couple other things around it, but I believe there's probably going to be a quarter down there, I'm hoping. See if I can pick it out. About 4 inches, so fingers crossed. Let's see what we got. Well, we definitely got skunked on that one. Just a Corona bottle top there, so. And I should have known. It was kind of bouncing in the low, or high 70s from the 80s, so. Anyways, let's see if we can find at least one more good target, and then we'll probably call it a day. On to the next. Alright guys, tried to end it on a good note today, but it looks like we're going to be ending with a 2000 zinc penny. Spent about another 15-20 minutes or so, and unfortunately couldn't find a quarter or a dime, so we're going to have to stick with that for the end today. But anyway, stay tuned for the wrap up here, and as always, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you in a minute. Alright guys, so I lied. I did not want to end it on the zinc penny there, and so I stuck with it for a little bit longer, and got an next target here. It's in the 90s, so fingers crossed. Hopefully this is it. Let's see what we got. Well, the good news is it is not a zinc penny. However, it is also not a quarter. Not entirely sure what that is, but if you guys know, leave it down in the comments. So I really did try and end on a good note here, but anyways, it's been a good day, so no complaints. Stay tuned for the wrap up. We'll see you in a minute. Alright guys, that's gonna about do it for today, so thanks for joining me for another hunt. Here's just gonna be our final what we came out with. We've got 4 quarters, we've got 4 dimes, 1 copper penny, and we got 5 zincs there. So you know, not a lot of finds, but definitely a lot better in quality. So you know, in my opinion, sometimes quality is better than quantity. So this is a good example. Probably found more in value than in the last few hunts combined, so you know, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm really enjoying the AT Pro. And you know, as always, it's nice just to get out. So it's a beautiful sunny day here in Colorado. And thanks again for tuning in. I do appreciate it, and look forward to any likes, comments that you have, and look forward to reading them. And be sure to subscribe. I hope you guys are having a great day, a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.